Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to my duck. That's right. We're going to be playing around with vectorizing my duck. And then, if all goes well, we'll have ourselves an emote. We'll see how that goes. But for the moment, I need to get something set up, so talk amongst yourselves. Doop doop doo, doop doo 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 doo. Okay, I think that might be good. Agralian, it's been quite some time. Hello, hello. Let's get rid of that channel icon. And my bot crashed. Good job, bot. Get that back up and running. And why did it not work? There you are. Your name is familiar. My mind associates it with Isaac for some reason. Ping? Why for did the ping not go through? Oh, wait. One of my OBSs is set up wrong. There we go. Ah, that's better. Yeah, I forgot to set up the second OBS to mirror the first instead of be its own thing. Which is strange that it was able to capture the same window as the other OBS, but okay. I'm fine with that. Let's get some tunes going. Let's see, if it's at about half of my volume, then it'll probably sound pretty good. Let's put it right about there, I think. How's that sound? Nice balance. Can you hear me? Can you hear it? Okay, looks like all the previews are working. Let's dim the duck to see what the latency is like. Dim. Still waiting. Twitch, waiting. YouTube. Whew. My goodness. Can you not see when I right-click a menu? How? How is that a thing? Oh, why do you do this to me? You silly, silly program. So yeah, it doesn't actually show you the menus when I do menu things. Ugh. I can see why people do desktop captures, like display capture, when working in these programs, because window capture and game capture work great for games, but do not work well for these programs. So, at least temporarily, let's switch over to desktop capture. Now you've got the menu. Brilliant. So now you can see when I actually do things like this. Okay, that's good. So what we're doing today is vectorizing our duck. We made a nice raster duck in Photoshop last time. This time we're gonna make it a nice clean line art vector-y thing. And then we'll decide which one we like better. I have more experience in Illustrator than I do in Photoshop, but it's still not what one would call extensive. And so, yeah, I'll do what I can. And it should be generally adequate. But yeah, my favorite thing is the pen tool. The pen tool is amazing! And so, say we wanted to... actually, let's modify that. Modify the fill real quick, such that we just have stroke. Nixius, hello! Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the duck head. And it's just this easy. Click and drag. Click and drag. And so on around the duck head. Drawing tangent to what we want it to be. And then using the drag part to influence the curvature. And then once it's done, we can then grab the white arrow and move any of the anchors that didn't turn out quite the way we wanted. Oh, right, Discord, I always forget. Okay, so now we've got ourselves a duck head, but the stroke is too thin, so... Kabam! And then at some point we should come up with a standard stroke width for all of the various things. And so now we have nice round curves, and then we look at various parts and go, is that really what we meant? Like up here, I'm not certain we want it quite so flat on the top. And so you grab the white arrow, you grab the anchor, and then modify it until it flows the way you want it to. And you can move the anchors themselves to make it more viable to make the shape that you really want. Right now we have a potato. Every duck begins with a potato. And then filling it in is just a matter of... actually, we need to select the thing first. And then select the fill, select the color. Hey, look, it's a really obnoxious yellow. I don't really like that yellow, so we come in here, figure out which yellow we want. Either mellow it down, make it stronger, whatnot. And then from there, we should be able to add it to our swatches, which I don't know where they are right now. Swatches! Okay, so we just drop this up here, and now we have our color. And we should be able to add that color as a swatch. And there we are. We have our custom duck yellow swatch. Such that we can select this guy and turn the fill back to nothing for now. And then quickly and easily switch it back to duck color when we need it. Another layer. Now let's do a little bit of duck hair. It's pretty much the same process. Now, this point is a little weird, so we'll come back to that in a moment. And if you don't click and drag, it makes nice, sharp corners. Now, we don't really want that last bit, so we just hit escape, and it doesn't do anything. Now, this sharp point, normally it does nice, smooth curves, unless you hold something. Not Windows, that's for certain. Alt lets you manipulate the handles independently. Okay, so we're gonna need to move this guy a bit. And so if you get it too sharp, you end up with a very, very sharp point. And that's really not what we want here. And so we might actually need to make it foof larger or just get rid of this anchor entirely. That's not what we wanted. Again, not with the windows. Okay, so we should be able to use the pen tool, delete anchor. Farewell. Now, since we don't have an anchor here, we can keep the curve going nicely throughout the entire thing. There we go. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain how to make the hair more kappa-y. Oh, this music certainly isn't helping with the calm atmosphere. Okay. And then on each of these endings, we should be able to change the type of cap. Nope, that's not what I needed. But I don't necessarily know how that works. I just know that it's possible. Perhaps if we select this. Nope. Might need to look that one up. Because I know there's a way. Weird. Okay, but for now, we'll select the thing. Set the fill color. And there we are. Duck with a little bit of swoosh of hair. Then all we need is a couple of layers more for the additional swoopage. And we'll be good to go. Okay, so if we make these invisible, let's take a look at how we did it before. We did still have the hair in front of the head, but behind the other swoosh. So we make ourselves a new layer, put it behind that swoosh, and start making our way. Fireheat Gaming, hello, fellow nerd. We are here making a duck. Well, vectorizing a duck. So let's start it going this way. That should be good. And then one here. And then we hit escape. Grab our little white thing. Alt and swoosh it back. Let's also figure out how to quickly zoom in. There we go. So the problem, this is pointing the wrong way. Should also be a little bit smaller. I am vectoring indeed! Vectorization! Okay, so there we go. My throat's doing all right now. It had a little bit of a something for a while, but generally all right now. We unlock these. Grab that. And yellow. This. Yellow. That. Yellow. Okay, so this is the problem. We need to extend this right here such that it fills in properly. So we'll pretend that it comes down all the way to here and do a little something like that. Brilliant! Can vectorize it correctly, can cut it on a laser cutter? Yes, indeed! I don't have a laser cutter. But yes, that would be fun. Wow! Okay, so progress has been made. Let us de-yellow it again. Welcome to Pork Rinds. For all your shopping needs. There we go. Now another layer, because everything gets a layer. Let's lock everybody else. And so we start here. Go there to here. Now once again, zoom on in and figure out what we can do with this mess. So, given the line width, we might need to make this a little bit bigger than it was before. There we go. Yep, everybody gets a layer. There we go, that looks good. Beat you to the joke. And you're on Mixer! You've got so much less latency. Granted, if you're on a phone, it's a bit of a fair fight, because, yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. Look up how to spell Oprah. It's Harpo, backwards. Like the Marx Brother? And, you know, the company that paid for her show? There we go. Starting of a duck. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to Illustrator mode while I look up how to change the endpoints. Illustrator. Path end caps. Changing the stroke cap. That's what I'm looking for. in the stroke panel. I didn't know there was a stroke panel. Why is my stroke panel not here? Okay, window. Stroke panel. Put that here. Hello? There we go. I would like to change the size of these things, please. Why? Why, thing? Why are you being so mean? But still, we have it now. So we select this guy, and we make it round capped. Ah, that's so much better. Yeah, Google is an amazing thing. Tells you all sorts of stuff that you never thought was a thing. Okay, I suppose I could do that. But I would really like to just be able to resize these things. It's letting me do it for a second, and then it doesn't. Nope. Okay, so round caps make that so much better. I like that a lot. Okay, so we hide those. Make ourselves a new layer that's going to be on top. And we think about how do we make this duck shape. This bill shape, I mean. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here, go out to here, and then back. And then hit escape. And we're gonna need ourselves a new swatch. Okay, so this is a nice deep orange. We're not gonna push down into the red just yet. Because we're gonna need that for later. And there we go. It's a good orange for now. Let's also name our layers, because we're going to try to be a good digital artist here. Foop 1. Foop 2. Foop 3. Can we group things in this? Not like that. Hello? Okay, no right clicking. So I could probably just make a new layer and put them inside of it. There we go. Foopage! So now we can handle all matters of foopage all at once. Bill, it's his right, our left, so we'll say left. Okay, then we hide it. New layer. Start with pen. Let's start it here. It'll level out right about here. Moves in, moves out. Flattens. Oh, I didn't want it to fill. Right about here. Can get to about there. And comes back around here. We'll guess that it goes right about here. And then to here. Brilliant. Let's see. Can we change the opacity? There used to be a nice, clean way of doing that. There's our opacity. Yeah, it'd be better just to turn off the fill. Okay, now to do the more fine-grained analysis. Because it's got some weird movements in here that I don't really like. That's better. This part's good. This part's not. Better. Whoa, that was the wrong button. Okay. And this part here. Make it a little more pronounced. Let's move this down a little bit. Because we want to exaggerate this area a little bit more than we did last time. There we go. Okay. Fill main. Then we're going to put in just a regular old vector along here, but that will require this to be locked, such that it doesn't try to build onto that. That's right. Build! How long has it taken so far? We spent 2 hours on the Photoshop the last time we worked on this guy. We've been live this time for... Has it really been almost half an hour already? My goodness. Okay, and then we'll bring this. Okay, we cannot have a black layer color. No. I refuse. Can't see anything. Okay, so between these two, we'll work out a better smile. I think that's good. Okay, so we bring this back. We grab this guy and restore its color. Ah, we never added the other swatch. Okay. Let's try this again. Brilliant. Okay, then we need to add the little nose hole. Smile. Really? There we go. Nostril. Now this one, well, we need to set its properties properly. Let's actually get rid of the stroke. Oops, we do not want it to be with that one selected. Let's click out, get over here, grab the pen tool. Stroke of 0. such that we can make this and then fill it. I do hit it pretty hard.
It's nice to rest your eyes and maybe go outside.
I love this song.
Grab a book and get some air. So what are you waiting for? Why not take a quick break? Tune the radio. There's chores to do, there's leaves to rake. Strum the old banjo.
Strum that banjo.
You can practice your Lindy hop. And maybe later sing with your
Barber shop.
Why not take a little quick break and come
Back for more.
Then come back for more. Or please come back for more.
Okay. Making progress. Starting to look like a duck. All these songs are from Cuphead. Okay, we need one more bit of smile, though. Okay, so that should be just about perfect. Spent the past 30 minutes trying to get an item notifier to tell you when one specific type of item drops. Which game, Nexus? Because that sounds like a lot of time to do something that really ought to be quite simple. Okay, so that size. What do we think about the stroke? I think it might need to be a slightly thicker stroke. Coding in someone else's thing. I see. Diablo 2. I don't know. I still think this might need a thicker stroke. So let's grab all the things with stroke. And then increase. Okay, zooming out. Right, just deselect everything. I'd say that's about 32 pixels. I think that's about the size of an emote. So we need to increase the size of the nostril, and we need to make the smile more evident. So move this over a little bit, move this up quite a bit. move this up to match and add some more curvature. Okay, fire heat. Take all the time you need. Moving up is not going to be enough. We're going to add more curvature as well. There we go. And then grab this. Gonna have to add some curve to this as well. So we need to convert like so. Stupid bug tree. Not quite right. Kappa itself is grayscale, so color of eyes does not much matter. Because most people have the most experience with the grayscale emote, not the original colorized photo. Okay. It's okay. And then we need to make his hair bigger. Oh, what? What just happened? Why is it moving those independently? There we go. Can we make it even bigger? There we go. Okay, now his hair looks more like hair. Still need to bring this part down a bit. Come on now. Okay, and then we'll bring this down to match. Fix the curvature. That is not fixed. There we go. Okay, now we've got some details that we can actually see. I think I want to make this even bigger as well. Brilliant! This still looks wrong. Let's bring it out a bit. And then change the curve. Okay, there we go. It's not going to make much of a difference, but I still want it to be right. Now this is the right music for this. Okay, so we have a lot of duck going on. Is there anything else that seems out of place? I think it's pretty good for the moment. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to Illustrator mode for a moment. and then look at a couple of references. Need a space in that. Because it's really important to get the eyes right, because without the eyes, it's just eh. How big the SVG file of this would be? Not particularly huge. Quite small, I would expect. Let's see. I like these quite a bit, so let's try to do something like these. Okay. Trouble is getting that 3/4. Yeah, because all the references are looking straight ahead. Ugh, that's going to be annoying. Oh well, let's just go for it. Okay, so we've got all the foopage together. Let's close that down. Put the bill together. Such that we can toggle the bill on its own, head, and the foopage. Let's actually put foopage inside the head. Brilliant! Yeah, the SVG version of this would be quite efficient. Okay. So what we're going to need is lashes kind of like this, and then something kind of like this inside. But the question is, do we want the duck to have whites of its eyes? Kind of seems like we should. Because the reference I was working with is likely this one. I kind of like this. These are good too because they've got that jewel glow to them. But I'm thinking getting this sort of shape for our duck would be good. So, to get that, we're going to need another layer! Actually, yes, it does want to be below the bill. And so we're gonna start off in white. But really we're gonna start off with no fill, such that we can draw the shape properly. So, there was a corner here, there's a corner here, a corner down here, corner up right about here, because it's wider at the top than at the bottom, and then we close it off. Okay, now this looks really terrible, but that's fine. We want 0 stroke, and we're going to change the layer color such that we can see it. This one can actually be black, because we don't have a stroke on the outside of it. So, from here, we go this way, and with a little bit of Alt-Crick. Similarly here, I think this needs to go up a little higher. A little bit of Alt-Crick. same down below. And it should extend just the tiniest little bit down under the bill. Oh, yeah, it does show Steam notices. Why is... Steam isn't even running! Pardon me for a second. Okie dokes. Should be better. Okay, now fill white. Okay, now the trouble is the smile is much larger than before. So we're gonna need different eye placement. And probably a little bit to the left. Okay, it's very different from the raster version, but I think it'll be good. We actually might need to make it even bigger. Might be a little too small. Because this is an emote. Must have giant neotinous eyes. That might be too big. Little bit small. There we go.
Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice.
They sure did.
By chance they came upon Devil's Game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price. And now they're
Okay.
fighting for
So,
their
how do we make this work? It goes about halfway down but stays on the top. Brilliant. So we start about here, follow it along here. Actually, no. We want to just do it in one straight shot. And then bring it back. Around this way. Okay. Progress. And then we use Alt to make it sharp. Oh, that's going to be too sharp, isn't it? That's fine. Okay, making progress. This guy doesn't have any power, so it's all in this. Needs to be thicker. How do we make that happen? Move this farther away. Brilliant. Okay, and then I think we should start on the other eye before we get too far in. Piano. Disharmony, I'm not sure is the right word, but okay. Okay, so... yeah, let's... actually... copy, paste. Objects... edit. How do we flip? I don't often do it. Transform. Reflect. That way. And then we make it a little bit smaller and a little bit flatter. Doesn't quite feel right. But yes, being a honky-tonk type barroom piano, it is mistuned. Welcome back, Fireheat. We're working on the eyes. Trying to figure out how to get the 3/4 perspective to work. I think that might be it. I think both of them need to move up just... nope, wrong thing. Need to move up just a touch. There we go. As one fantastic evil soulless duck. I like it. Okay, back to reference. We use a lot of it, but mostly off to the side. And most of it's going to be black, oddly enough. Yeah, that's fairly similar to my experience. Okay. So we need ourselves a new layer. Do we just go for a true ellipse? I think we might. Make it a little bit smaller. I think that's good. And just that quickly, our duck has personality. Oh, IMAX. Interesting. But yeah, all of a sudden, our duck has character. Wow. Just that easy. Okay, now the real trick is going to be getting these swooshes properly. Because they kind of swoosh this way and then loop under and then swoosh back, and it's just interesting. Yeah, let's rename these layers. Yeah, just 2 dots. Boom, done. It's a person now. Okay, no fill for now. We'll see what we can do about these swooshes. And now he's staring into your soul. Hope you don't mind. So right about here to right about here, down close to the bottom, loops up a little higher, swooshes up, and then down, and then back to here. So let's clean that up a little bit. Now this should follow the same curvature as the eye itself, if it's possible. Perhaps slightly different. Okay. Now we fill it in. Is that really the green we want? Might be. This bit is still no good. So we bring this up a little bit. Better. Something's not quite right. Oh, right. This part on the inside needs to follow as well. Such that you've got a clearly defined pupil on the inside. That follows the same curvature as the eye itself, at least kind of. And then it was basically that the shadow came through across this. So I think this needs to be higher. And bends it in. Kind of? Not exactly. So let's bring this down a bit. Yeah, that's better. Let me do the same thing over here, bring it down a bit. Feels too low, I think. Why do we hope this duck never becomes animated? It'll be great. But yeah, this needs to go way higher. Oh, what was that? Better, but not quite right. Something's weird. The other one has a larger pupil area in general. So let's bring this down and make it wider. I think this might be good once we actually have the specular reflection and the extra highlight. So let's work on those. Okay, so the iris highlight's gonna be iris dark, highlighted, and then shrunk. And so we just take this and then grab anchors. Move them in. And then adjust from there. I think we can actually get rid of these. About there should do it. Might be too much highlight, but we'll see in a moment. Not sure yet. Love this tune. It's okay. It's not quite right. Man Pink, hello! Welcome to the stream. We're trying to figure out eyes. Tough thing, eyes. Because if they're just a little bit off, they're really off. I think that's better. It's better, but it still doesn't feel right. Fireheat does a little 3D design. Neat. Yep, and I'm way more of a musician than I am a graphical artist, so you'll forgive me for just muddling my way through this. Actually, we should zoom all the way out and see if any of this even matters. Okay, does not matter in the slightest because you can't see the green at all. So we're gonna have to kick that up like 17 notches. There we go. 17 notches. How does that look? Still lacking. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring it in. There we go. It might be that I need the other eye too. I accept that might be the problem. Let's see how that works. That's really strange. Works better zoomed all the way out, but it's still really strange zoomed all the way in. I think I might need to add back in those anchors I took out. That's probably good enough. Do the other one! I know. But then I have to figure out what I did here for the other one, and every time I make a little change, I have to do it to both. Ah! And I don't think the pupil is too far to the right, but... because this side is a little further away-ish, so I don't mind. Now, the really unnerving part of doing the other side is that you don't flip it. What? Why are you facepalming? You also need to realize that not everybody's process is the same. So things that seem self-evident and helpful to you might actually completely destroy someone else. There you go. Good evening, temporary welcome back. I could use a mask so the green goes totally to the edge, but I could also just do that manually. Also, keep in mind, and welcome, Stuart is me, that this is the size of the final product. Any sort of tiny aberration like that is going to make zero difference in the long run. I am just a perfectionist. And so I want it to be great at this level. But it's an emote, so this is the final product, all the way out here. A lot of what I'm doing is purely academic. And for my own, need to learn how to do this. So I actually feel kind of okay about these eyes now. What, Mad and Pink? What? What? Say it! You don't need to be passive-aggressive here. Feel free to be totally aggressive. Okay, so we add another layer, because we're being good people. And making layers for everything, giving names to get into the habit. Is it going to have that white border? No. It will have a transparent background. What size monitor? I don't know. I never keep track of these things. Probably... yeah, I don't know. Mad and Pink, thank you for accepting my duck. Okay, so we can now add and remove each piece individually. Oh, that's really creepy. If we ever need a slime emote, we're good to go. That is great. I love it. And there's my duck. Quack, quack, quack. Oh, yes, that is a good call. Let's put a layer down here. Black. Black. This is the duck that is actually my emote for YouTube now that I have 3 whole sponsors. And yes, it'll be available for Discord as well. And there he is on black. Given he's got a black border, I was not expecting black to be a problem. Gives some nice, nice contrast. Let's try it on a couple of extra colors. Let's try it on this weird, hello? I would like to select you, please. This slightly tan color. What? Oh, right, because I made it bigger than the artboard. Let's fix that. There we are. No, do light green. Light green. Oh, again, with not selecting things properly. The most disgusting green in the world. What? What is wrong? Oh, I was clicking on the wrong screen. Ew, that's a disgusting green. Let's see. Dark brown. Light brown. Grayish brown. Starburst, that's just orange. Looks good in all sorts of situations. Obnoxio green, the most obnoxious green in the world. Oh, you're saying lighter green for the eyes, make them more visible? Let me see how it looks out here. That's probably wise. So what we're gonna do, probably make some new swatches once we figure out the colors. And actually, we should highlight in a different hue. So let's make... I'm thinking this for the base color. That's going to be really intense. I like it. New swatch. Let's pick this color to start, and then do a hue adjustment over there. I don't know. You've used Illustrator a bunch, still avoid using swatches. It's just so I can remember the color. Yeah, that's way too intense, and the blue really doesn't help. Way too intense. Yeah, and I did go too far with the turquoise. Yeah, like I've been playing Dark Souls lately. Hue's too far, too. Where? Oh, there is an eyedropper over here. It's okay. Yeah, I don't like the way this is turning out with the hue switch, so we'll keep it kind of green and then come up here, I think. So we get a slight hue rotation, but nothing as crazy as we had before. I'd say that's generally better. I might add... Well, there's no sense in adding more specular reflections because we're not going to have the fully zoomed in version. Okay. So I think anything that we add from here is just going to be academic, because you're not really going to see it. This curl, where it just kind of goes about that far. So it doesn't curve all the way down like this guy. I kind of like it. But yes, you're welcome to like it better that way. No, you know what? I kind of hate it. That this doesn't foop the whole way. Yeah, yeah. And the more you look at it, the more you're going to hate it. Just look at it. And the simple fact that you can have an emotional response to my emote is a victory. Quite the victory, in fact. Yeah. Okay, so next up is detail. Because this emote is currently very flat. And I would like it to not be quite so flat. Grumble, grumble. I'll still consider it temporary. I do like getting feedback, and I'm not just going to ignore it. I'll keep looking at it and see whether or not I like it. I know my wife is going to love it. Okay, so what we're going to do is come into the bill, add a bill shadow layer, and then what we're going to make is a little thing right in here for a shadow underneath. So we're going to lock the rest of the bill so we don't do anything crazy. And then we're going to go a little something like this. White arrow. Okay, and then we bring it down under there. And then we grab ourselves our bill orange, and then we change it slightly to the red. Ooh, but it needs to be underneath this stroke. Huh, that's gonna be weird. How are we gonna manage that? That is not what I wanted. Poke, poke, poke. It is looking a little more like a tongue than a shadow at the moment, yes. I don't like it. That's not what I want. I want shadow. That's better. Better. Convert the stroke to a shape, you can snap it to the edge. Oh, like the bill? If I made it a shape? Maybe. But this is not the right color. I don't know if I need to make it darker or redder. I don't think redder is really going to get the job done. I'm going to make it darker. Yeah, darker is better. And then we need to make it smaller because it's looking a little ridiculous right now. Better. I see. I don't think I want to try expanding it at the moment. I like that shadow. We should probably add something similar on this other side. Yeah, let's try something similar over here. And of course, I forgot to just grab the color, so let's try that eyedropper thing. Brilliant! Nope. Should probably go down to... Yeah, it's probably got to go down to the bill, kind of like that. Okay, so we're gonna need another anchor point. What? Hello? There we go. Phew. Been fun, relaxing. Have to head out for the night. Have a good one, Nexius. Thanks for being here. Ah, nice optical illusions. I'm always a fan. I'd like the anchor, please. Not that one. How about we get the whisker out of the way so we can zoom in on this anchor. Oh, right, resolution. Brilliant. We'll just leave it how it is. It'll be fine. Because again, nobody's ever gonna see it. Oh, I've got a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant, brilliant plan. So we unlock the bill. Select it. Copy it. We paste it in place. On a new layer. And then we get rid of the fill. And then move it higher up. Such that no matter what we do, it'll be under the stroke. It's called cheating. So the next thing I think we need is a little bit of extra color here in the bill. So once again, we need a new layer. Stroke. Highlight. Now, I don't know what shape I really want for this highlight, but I anticipate something vaguely like this. Okay. No stroke. Fill it with... let's start from orange. Bonk. Oh, it grabbed both. See. And then from here, we shift it towards yellow. But not all the way. Okay, and this needs to be beneath the nostril. I don't know. I don't like how far it comes in this way. And this one is my favorite tune of the bunch. I like the highlight. I just don't know if I like the shape. Because it does add just that little bit of highlight to the bill. Even at this range, there's just that little bit of brightness to give it a little bit of curve. Okay, also, I'm wondering if those specular highlights actually help at this range. Yeah, I'd say they do. It's still a little noisy in the eyes. I don't know. Well, let's bring it up 2 levels, see how it looks for all you guys in Tiny Land. Maybe 2 more. Might be a little bit too big on my laptop right now, but yeah. So once we add a little shadow on the side, a little bit of highlights in either the foop or the forehead, we're probably going to be done. Okay, so once again, we're probably going to cheat for the stroke. Copy. Edit, paste in place. No. Select it. Copy it. Then we come up here. Paste in place. Then get rid of the fill. Ah, right. Do not want that above the foopage. And then any highlights that or shadows we put in between the two. And so we grab this. We lock these two. Okay. Use this. Bring it on. That's not what I wanted. No struck. Let's bring it all the way down here. go. And now for the fill color. Let's go for this orange. And then turn it into brown. Close. Oh, that doesn't even have the thing yet. Okay. Might be going a little overboard with the extra details, but we'll see how it looks. Yeah, just that little bit of color on the side there. I kind of like it. What do y'all think? Yep, it had lashes before, and now it's kind of brow-like. Kind of like that. And then we do a similar thing under here. Need to lock the foopage first. That you are. Are you? That's probably true. Yeah, we should probably change the color of that back foop entirely. Oh, why does it have to get rid of the stroke? This is why we use swatches. There we go. Now we just need a little bit of highlight. We'll be good to go. So we'll highlight the back one and the front one, so we're going to need a little bit of extra from those as well. Copy. Edit, paste in place. And then fill empty. Okay, and then we make a new layer in between for the highlights. Oh, there's a problem. So this one needs to come down here. Okay. Let's lock the colored ones and the strokes such that we can just work where we are. I think it needs to get to about here. And then it curves back. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. So, we get rid of the stroke. We set the fill to yellow, and then we change it. Brighter. Say about there. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Drag this down there. I think we need to drag this back a little bit. Kind of like it. Not 100% on it, but don't really need to be. And we need another one over here. That's going to be on a different layer down here. And so we do a little something. Have a good one, Mac. Thanks for being here. Bring it down here. And then we fix it. I'm not entirely certain if he needs a little patch of it right on his forehead, too. He might. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference, but I think it'll help. So a little something like this. And that needs to go... I don't really know what to do with that. It needs to go over this, but under that, and that's a bit of a mess. So we cheat. When in doubt, cheat. There we go. Hawkins, hello! What have we missed? We have vectorized the duck! So, pretty much everything. We're almost done. It looks pretty decent zoomed in at this level, but this is not a size you're ever really going to be seeing it. It's only ever going to be, like, that big. And for me, probably that big. Looking good big and looking good small are not exactly guaranteed. We actually needed to do a lot of exaggeration at this level with like the stroke size and the size of the irises and all sorts of stuff such that it would look good at this size, because the rasterized version, let me show you that. Looks like this, which is not great. It looks all right up close, but zoomed out to an appropriate level, you just lose all of the details. I don't use all of them. The ones that I use, I did teach myself, yes. Okay, so then in doing the vectorization, we made ourselves an interesting slime, and then you add the bill, and it becomes a duck. No, there's tons of internet resources. But how to use any given tool, sure. Most of my experience in Illustrator actually comes from cartography. There was a guy I knew who needed some maps cleaned up that he had hand-drawn, and Illustrator was a great tool for making it a good, clean digital copy. And so that's where I learned a lot of what I know about Illustrator. Which is why doing the inking from Photoshop into Illustrator is right in my wheelhouse, because I've got something hand-drawn that I need to make nice and clean and readable. And that is exactly what we're doing here. Like, undeniably so. And so at this size, it's really good. I like it a lot. At this size, it still feels pretty good. But it becomes a bit less readable in the eyes. Like, the bill is still good, the foop is still pretty decent, but it feels like it loses something in the eyes at this level. I'm not sure outlining the eyeballs would really do it, because then you'd still have the noise on the inside, and then you wouldn't have any definition of the lashes or brows or whatever that help to give it the character. What I think is we've got too much noise in here. Because oddly enough, when we got to this point, yeah, we definitely need to add the specular highlight such that it doesn't look evil. Like, at this point, it actually looks really good. It's really readable. So I really do think the extra detail on the eyes is causing more harm than good. And so we might need to figure out a way to give him green eyes without all of that detail. So maybe some just simple green eyes. Yeah. So let's try... Where did that go? There we are. And so we take the darks, copy them, move them to layer 27. And then we have that green, which is way too intense. That green's okay. I think we need it deeper, such that it contrasts the whites better. Yeah, I think that's better. Kind of shocked at how far it's come. Yeah, there's a lot of life that you breathe into it when doing the inking. I don't really know why, but it's so true. Okay, we're gonna take the darks and copy them and paste them in place again for the pupils. Okay, and then I'm gonna scale it down 75? Too big. Now that just looks a little creepy. But it seems about right. Really? Yeah, it's okay. Now you run into the trouble of making sure they look in the same direction. Now they look like they're looking away, not right at us. Better. Zoom out again. Much more readable. A little difficult to tell that it's got green eyes, though. I think maybe up a little. Yeah, we definitely need to brighten up that green. Maybe not to the extent that it was before, but definitely a bit brighter. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, now the eyes look like eyes. They look like green eyes. Got a little bit of shape to the bill. I think we might need to change the highlight color as well. Was a little too subtle. There we go. Chocolate the Destroyer, welcome back. Okay, I think I might need to make these two a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah, at the level of tininess it's going to be, that little bit of color to give it just a tiny bit of shape is plenty. I think the brown might be a little too intense. What? It should be the same color. What? That is not the color I selected. What? try this again. Ah, that's much better. Cancel, undo. I would like to edit the shadow, please. Cannot use the eyedropper, eh? Okay. Do it the old-fashioned way. With hex codes! Oh, it doesn't work from hex codes. You have to put in the numbers directly! Ugh. Programming is so annoying sometimes. 168, 144, 5. There we go. Yeah, I generally don't like dark yellow because oftentimes there is no such thing as dark yellow. But I like this one. I like that much better than the brown that we had before. It doesn't quite disappear, but it is mostly gone. So let's make it just a little skosh bigger. Perfect. So there just needs to be a tiny little pixel and a half along the edge. Brilliant. Save. File. Export. See if Save for Web does anything good for us. Ooh, multiple scale factors and file formats. Let's try it. Trouble is, we need it super small. And it does not want to do that for us. Okay, we're not making a GIF, we're making a ping. We're making it 32 by 32, which is 3%. Brilliant. Okay. Let me drop it in the stream folder. Cap 32. And then we have it. Let me pop in Illustrator mode for a second. Let's take a look. It's not bad. Let's chuck it over into the Discord. Oh, it's got a white background. That's no good. Get rid of the white background. Let's try it again. Ah, it's much better. 32. Save. Replace. Remove the one from Discord. Bye. And add a new one. Now with transparency. That's not bad. Go. He's not so great as a reaction, though. He's pretty good in line, but at the size of a reaction, he loses a bit. So we might need to do a little bit more work on him to get him to work well even smaller, because that even smaller is likely how it's going to end up in YouTube and whatnot. I don't know. But we could throw it on YouTube, and if it's bad, we can always just replace it. Okay, so I'm sure we go in here, and then here, and then go to custom emoji. Oh, they say 48 by 48. Oh, we're gonna have to re-export it. Export, legacy. 48 by 48. Go. So kappa 48. And we upload that. And save. Save. Okay, now, if you go onto YouTube, you should be able to use our duck. Okay, we only have one emoji slot. We need to get 5 sponsors to use it again. Undefined? Oh, right. I need to figure out how to make it work in the bot. But it did, in fact, work. That's a nice little duck. Okay, so I need to save this chat. Pop out the chat. Grab the source. Copy. I really don't care. Paste. Save. I don't want to save this. Just gonna put it here. Brilliant. Okay. I now have the code for updating my bot to be able to use it. And Desm, sorry, but only sponsors get to use the duck. I think. Let's double check that that is in fact the case. Because that's one of the perks of pretty much the only perk of sponsorship, really. And so my chat is gone. Goodbye. Ah, the chat is back. Brilliant. Okay, likely there will be something in the code of the message that will let me actually load the emote into the bot just fine. I'll look into that, and hopefully by next stream we'll have that up and running. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm glad it turned out all right. It's not quite as Kappa-y as I would like, but it does have a little bit of a smirk. It's looking right there at you, as if to see if you know it's lying. And as a first foray into this sort of thing, turned out all right. Gonna have to make another sized up version of it, put it in the corner, let people know what they're getting. But that is all for tonight. We have ourselves a duck emote. So any of you watching the VOD on YouTube or just watching on YouTube in general, there should be a become a sponsor link somewhere. I don't really know where. I've never really looked. And then you throw money at me and you get a duck. I don't necessarily think it's worth it, but if you enjoy my content and want to throw some pennies my way, feel free. But I'm going to get going. I have to re-record an Opus Magnum episode because I found a better solution today. Oh well. So I will see you in the next live stream or video of doing art or Opus Magnum, or on Friday, Dark Souls with Light.